Hello, I'm OmnusI, your game master this evening here in my lair. Hello friends, I am here once more in my Lair of OmnusI to answer another question from the RPG Brigade. The RPG A Day asks us a question every day through the month of August to share our experiences and to try to grow out the gaming community by giving more good, positive experiences for the gaming community. So, answering question on the 18th day of August brings us question 18. What RPG have you played the most in your life? Dungeons & Dragons. Thanks for joining this Lair. Okay, that's a little bit much. Okay, Dungeons & Dragons, short answer. I've played Dungeons & Dragons more than any other game. I started with Dungeons & Dragons, the Back-Me, Basic, Expert, Companion, Masters, Immortal set as handed down by Frank Menser. That was my first introduction to organized D&D. I then went on to Advanced Dungeons & Dragons with a small local group. When I got to college, I was playing 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons. Did that through most of my college career. When 3rd edition came out, I bought the book immediately at the Gen Con where it was released. I brought it back to my players. We started playing that. Kept going on till 4th edition. Tried to run some 4th edition for one of my gaming groups, my ladies gaming group involving my wife and her friends. That group broke up in the middle of it. I'm not going to say that the game held so much attraction that it forced the group to stay together. It didn't. They didn't care for the game quite as much. I thought there was some interesting elements to it, but haven't run it since. And then 5th edition just came back to bring us up to the current edition, because we had actually gone back to 3.5 with my core gaming group. So 5th edition, and I'm running a game right now in 5th edition, so enjoying that quite a bit. Now, I haven't just played Dungeons & Dragons throughout. I have played a lot of different games. I played a fair amount of Shadowrun. Not years and years of gameplay, mind you, but some extended missions that were, say, 5, 6, 7 missions in a row before that particular thrust broke up. I've run a couple that joined several different missions. I've run one that actually wasn't just mission after mission after mission, but the players got to do things in between. We did that for 4th edition Shadowrun, which was pretty good. Now the 5th edition is out. We haven't run that yet. The book is pretty intimidating, and I'm the only one who has a copy. So, but looking forward to doing that. As far as World of Darkness games, I've done several campaigns of Werewolf: The Apocalypse. I enjoy that for the most part, but it's not something that I would hang my hat on and say that I've played the most. I've had several long campaigns of it, and I find it to be very enjoyable. But it hasn't knocked Dungeons & Dragons off the top spot. And I've run one Vampire the Masquerade and played in 2 other games. My game that I ran was longest, lasted about 2.5 years, playing every other week. And it was a good time. It went all the way from the Crusades up to modern ages to the end of vampires in their Gehenna storyline. So it was a good time. Which makes it a lengthy game, but certainly not something I've played the most of. I've played Star Wars, the role-playing game, 1st and 2nd edition. I have not played any of the new Age of the Empire, Time of the Rebellion games. It's strange, but something about the new dice kind of bother me, and for me saying dice bother me is kind of weird, but any game that would require my players to all buy brand new dice would probably be more buy-in than I could get them to do right now, since we have so many other games to play. I've also been doing a fair amount of Warhammer 40k games. I was running 2 concurrent Warhammer 40k games, Dawn of War and Deathwatch, through a parallel storyline. That was fun, and there's definitely some elements. The next game that I run will probably also be Warhammer 40k. I'm going to be doing a game for the police of the Warhammer 40k world, the Adeptus Arbitus, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. But nope, and GURPS, my beloved GURPS. I have run less by far than I have Vampire, Werewolf, well, D&D, yes, and I think even Star Wars. Much as I love the game system, I can never seem to get a campaign running for any length of time. It's either the group killer or something happens critically that ends up scrapping my game. It never seems to fail. It's my cursed game, but I love it so. So, those are the major games that I have played. There's always, one-shots and things. I've played, 316. It came from the late show. Those aren't Marvel Superheroes Saga Edition. Those are all fine games, but they were mostly either one-shots or fairly short runs. Legend of the Five Rings. There's been several, but none of them are even close to making the top spot. So that's my answer to this question, though. I'm glad I could flesh it out a little bit more than just saying Dungeons and Dragons and that's it. That is more of my experiences with the game. I, of course, do look out for other games to play, to try, to bring back to my group. There are some that I've kind of knocked out of hand because, from what I've read, I'm just not that into. I know some of the trendier games that are coming out, like Fate or Powered by the Apocalypse. I've read through them, and the rules don't interest me all that much. But fortunately, I got more than enough playing material as it is. So, yeah. I am OmnusI, here at the Lair of OmnusI, answering the questions from RPG a Day. I would love to answer questions from you, so if you would like to put your questions down in the comments below, I would gladly answer them. I am here for you. I am your game master here in the Lair. I am OmnusI. And here I am wishing you safe adventures.